Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys liked the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward.
What's up, guys? Altcoin Stripper here with a crypto market review. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not an expert. Do your own research. Okay, so today I'm just going to review Bitcoin and Ethereum, and let's just see how it goes. Where are we at right now? We are still just in the same ranging consolidation. Um, Bearish market structure on high time frame charts, but on lower time frame charts, it still looks a bit unclear to me. Um, Anywhere from around 31K to this current 40K area, you can see on the high volume node. It's a high volume node on volume profile, and therefore this entire area should be decent support all around. Now, if I start to zoom in a little bit more, what do you see? You see that price made a low back in January 23rd, around that time, and then it made a higher low at late February. Obviously, you know what happens next. Bitcoin had that massive green candle, but unfortunately, there was zero follow up, and price pretty much retraced that entire move over the next few days. It's also important to note that Bitcoin also made a lower high. So around 46K, we could not break this high that we previously set back in early February, and we hit a lower high on that move up. I was fairly confident after that move up that there would be more follow up, but I was very wrong on that. Regardless, what we're seeing right now is we're seeing price. We're seeing price still hold above these last lows back set in late February. So we're just seeing lower highs and lower or higher lows. So in this type of market structure context, it's usually a ranging context. So you'll see price set like a high, you'll set a higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and then you'll see price compress. This is usually how you see it in a lot of altcoins, where again you'll see higher lows set and lower highs, or sometimes equal highs or equal lows. It depends on the overall context. Like for instance, Solana back in the bear market, or, the bear move of May 2021, what you saw was like these like lower highs with equal lows. It was something like this. That was like how Solana kind of. Here, I'll just show you really quick. This is what Solana did back in May. Lower highs and equal lows ish. I mean, not for the most part, equal lows. And so this is the structure that you saw for Solana. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is that it's very unclear to me right now for Bitcoin. I don't think you can make very strong predictions in either direction. If you look at the higher time frame charts, I mean, to me, this is still bearish. Like this is still lower highs and lower lows. But with that said, this recent consolidation that we're seeing, it gives me some hope that the bottom is somewhat close. And what I would like to see is more bidding towards like the low 30Ks. I would like to see price kind of make one last final shakeout to like 34, 33, and for people to get destroyed. Sorry, one second. Let me close my window. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. What I'd like to see is I'd like to see price nail these low 30Ks one last time. I think that would be pretty good, and it would be like one last final shakeout, and that's kind of what you need to see before any sort of market recovery. If this happens, I think altcoins take another like 20% move down or more, 20 to 50% move down from current prices. But I do think that this is necessary for the kind of like the overall healing process. So that's kind of what I'm looking for Bitcoin. For me, I'm just sitting on my hands until either this 34K area gets broken or this 46K area gets broken. Until that time, I'm just going to sit and wait because I don't really know if the bottom is unlikely to be in at this current level, but like I would like to see one final move down to the low 30Ks. I think that would be healthy and overall good. So as I said, not so clear to me for right now, but like if you start to look on lower time frame charts, higher time frame charts, it is nice to see that price is starting to wick down a little bit more and more in this lower area. So I would like to see one more return to 34K. I think that that's usually what you want to see for when bottoms form. And it's also interesting to see price wicking above as well. Like when you see these wicks, they're taking out the sellers. So both the buyers and the sellers are getting destroyed in this consolidation range. And also very interesting to see some of the overall levels that you see on the weekly. Price could not hold above kind of this 43K area on any high time frame charts on the weekly especially, and then also it could not hold above this 44.6K area on the daily either. So those are two important levels to watch going forward. But yeah, for now I'm just kind of watching Bitcoin, not really doing a whole lot. Don't really know. I mean, this is like still probably a fine area to DCA in if you if you believe in long-term Bitcoin stuff. But let's take a look at Ethereum briefly here. I think ETH looks somewhat similar to Bitcoin, but it's a little more bearish in my opinion. We are seeing the higher lows that we saw back, same with Bitcoin. So there are higher lows in that regard, and we are seeing lower highs as well, similar to Bitcoin. But to me, like this still this doesn't look as convincing as Bitcoin does in terms of an overall bottom, and like the highs are not very pronounced, or I'm sorry, they're not like they're more clear to me in like a bearish context. And these lows, they are higher lows than Bitcoin, but like this chart just doesn't really seem great to me. Similar to Bitcoin though, I mean like Ethereum will almost always like move similar to Bitcoin, relatively speaking, and I think that we'll see another return back to like these low 2K areas, like 2100, 2200, 2300, kind of like that area. I think we'll see another move down to that area, and I would like to see one final shakeout for Ethereum. When we're actually marking the levels, one thing that is encouraging though, similar to Bitcoin, is that you're seeing some wicks into this demand area in the low 2Ks. Again, that's very similar and what you want to see in regards to when market forms a bottom, similar to what we saw back at kind of May, June, and July. Lots of wicks into this demand area, and similarly, we're seeing some moves down again into this 2K area. Now, of course, similar to Bitcoin, like if Bitcoin does take a big dump and even farther than we're all expecting, maybe like 28K or lower, then Ethereum will almost certainly go to like sub 2K levels, like 1600 or something like that, maybe 1500. I'm not exactly sure. Somewhere around that area is my overall prediction for Ethereum if Bitcoin really shits the bed. For right now, if you look on lower time frame charts, as I said, it's just kind of chopping around, still making the higher lows and lower highs. But as of right now, I don't really see much to really do with this chart. I mean, if you look on some EMAs as well, the EMAs are fairly healthy in the sense that price is interacting a lot with this 200 EMA, the red line. Usually you don't want to see a large gap in between price and the lagging indicators, such as EMA, because when it usually will tap it for the first time, it's hard to break above unless it's a very sustainable move. Whereas this move back on February 5th, you can see there's a large gap between the EMA and price, and then price traded above it for a little bit and then broke down. But it is nicer to see that price is getting closer to some of these lagging EMAs. Usually that's a healthy sign of consolidation, and that price could potentially reverse. So for instance, if you look back to see like this June and July time period, similarly, there was a large gap between price and the EMA, the red line. Price traded briefly above it, and then price broke back down. But after you get to see this legit move in late July, and price, obviously, again, there was a large gap, but this was a very sustainable move, and price traded above it pretty quickly. But you also got to see some of these other EMAs start to consolidate a little bit, which is really what you want to see. So EMAs, like, they are lagging indicators, so but they're a little bit harder to use in real time, but they do act as good SR levels, generally speaking. So overall, my thoughts for Ethereum are that, similar to Bitcoin, it's bearish on high time frame charts, but it is maintaining higher lows. So it's possible that we just see some sort of consolidation overall. But yeah, it looks bearish still in high time frame charts, but let's kind of see what happens with regards to some of these lows. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Thank you for the support.